if you're a man and you have no ambitions and you just want to live life and just take it day by day, it's okay to not have ambitions. It's okay. So if you want to be a stay-at-home husband or stay-at-home wife, it's all right.
You're very non-judgmental, and it's really good.
Yeah.
But you also have to be practical.
One day I want to just be a slacker. I want to just inherit my parents' money, not do jack shit. Is that okay? Am I still gonna get girls like that?
So there are women out there that rely on their masculinity, even though their main core is femininity. So I'm speaking about women that are, you know, and I lived in LA a lot, and I would see these princess treatments, and I had to learn and accept, like, hey, other women want different things, and that's okay. But I had to look at myself like, how come I feel wrong and I feel bad because on the first day, I don't let guys pay for me. I always pay for everything on myself. But that's like the upbringing that I've had. And my mom I appreciate her. She became a super mom. She did everything while having a full-time job. So hopefully things are connecting now from the early arguments. My mom, she worked a full-time job. She did all the cleaning, all the cooking, everything. And she did not get to learn about herself, discover herself. So, like, it's okay to want princess treatment. It's okay because what if you went through all that stuff and you worked so hard and you just feel like, dang, I want to be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home, whatever.
That's not princess treatment, though. Your mom is a hard worker.
No, I'm talking about going back to in general, like, there's women that they deserve to have the princess treatment, even though they're not working hard towards a career or something like that. I'm trying to be inclusive where, like, I understand I had to learn, like, it's okay that there's women that they just want to be a traditional wife and they don't have goals and or ambitions, and I don't want, there's people that lack ambition. They're like, why can't I just live the simple life? It's okay to have ambitions, but it's okay to not have ambitions. So I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained. I'll get to the point. Like, sorry.
You're kind of saying like princess treatment and being a stay-at-home mom is going hand in hand, right?
It goes hand in hand because some people, like, if they chose a stay-at-home wife, I need to know the reasons why. And even if they don't have the reasons, it's okay. Because I had to, like, come to the fact, like, I had to ask myself, I don't really have ambitions, but I have dreams. There's a difference. And there's people out there in general, but let's not talk about gender, but going back to the stay-at-home wife, it's okay for a female or a male to be like, I don't have ambitions, but that doesn't mean I'm not an ambitious person. That doesn't mean I shouldn't not have a place in this world. If you're a man and you have no ambitions and you just want to live life and just take it day by day and just be like, why can't I just enjoy the little things? Why can't I just meet people and just enjoy it? It's okay to not have ambitions. It's okay. So if you want to be a stay-at-home husband or stay-at-home wife, it's all right. But
do you want to say something for that?
Like, we should not we should let people, like, live their lives, and it's okay. So find your people, and it doesn't matter about gender. So if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, am I getting I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense.
I get what you're saying.
But there should be, there's reasons. But if you don't have a reason, it's okay. But it's just like, I'm not going to judge. The thing is, I'm not going to judge you for, because there could be, again, my example, my mom, like, she worked 2 jobs, and she worked so hard, and despite our differences, she's a super mom. Yeah. And we have to give homage to that. So if she wanted to go divorce my dad or, like, live happy life, you know what? I get it, because she worked hard. She did not have an education. She raised me. And I want her to be happy. Yeah, no, I get it.
You're very non-judgmental, and it's really good. Yeah. But you also have to be practical.
I have to see so many sides.
So if you,
there's practicality and logic to that. I get it. Yeah.
So, like, for people that you mentioned want to take it day by day, not having ambitions, that's great.
It's called personalities. Yeah. And aside from gender.
Yeah, you don't have to judge them. They can live their life how they want. But if you want to do that and also, like, live in today's society where, like, the economy is so shit and you want to just not have ambitions, you're gonna have a harder life, though. So you have to be practical about it.
It's subjective. The human experience is subjective. Not everyone needs money.
What you're pretty much saying is that she cannot, or this person cannot, be just living their life day by day. They actually have to work hard. If you're trying to show
like what she's saying is people can live life how they want, and she's right, they can, and we don't have to judge them necessarily. But then
think about it like this, like, say for example, one day I want to just be a slacker. I want to be lazy. I want to just inherit my parents' money and not do jack shit. Is that okay? Am I still gonna get girls like that? Is that a good quality? That
hey, some people really love the trust fund kid.
Like
okay?
she's saying you can do that, but then what I'm
now
saying
you're
is
going to a
now
different
you're gonna
topic.
have a hard life.
You're going to a different topic though, but like
what I'm saying is that like I feel like you can't do that. You got to actually work hard, even if you're a man or a female. Like you actually have to work hard in this life. You can't just be a slacker who just inherits money from your boyfriend or from your parents and just keep spending it all.
It's what you do with it. It's what you do with it and how you. But also it's how you carry yourself and how you treat human beings, is what. Like,
well, you're saying they can't
paint more of a picture of this. So we're going back to the what if you were raised by money and you had a trust fund? So is that you're changing the target? That's a different story.
Think about it. Like we all like talk shit about like those trust fund babies, right? We've all judged them and been like, oh,
I do
wow,
a little, but
that person just got their job from their parents, right? It's a bad quality,
and
we're just trying to cover it up. We're just trying to cover it up. Like consciously, we're thinking, oh no, it's okay. But unconsciously, we're thinking, nah, that is fucked up. This person has no sense of responsibility. So that's why I feel like it's not okay. It shouldn't be allowed for someone to just be like, I want to do whatever I want to do. They should actually be a hard worker.
Does that make them a bad person if they're privileged?
I mean, you can't really like blame someone for like how they're like, what they're born into. I think
we don't have a choice
speaking
in
from
that.
a stance of. Well, I don't know too much about like your background, but like for myself, like my parents were like hardworking. We didn't come from money, so it's like it was already ingrained in us that we can't fall back on anything. We don't have anything to fall back on, so we have to work. But some people are more fortunate in the sense of they were born into something, and maybe they don't have to work that hard, or they will always have something to like fall back on. Yeah. But I don't think that's necessarily like we should be judging them for that, because it's like, oh, maybe we're just being salty because it's like, oh, because we
well, let me ask you.
I have something that's controversial to say though.
Let me ask you guys. Do you guys find respect? Do you guys respect those types of people who just inherit money from their parents?
Hey,
and are just,
not as much.
Oh yeah, and
just don't do anything.
Okay,
they're not hard workers.
But they shouldn't be living according to my respect either.
Well,
they can
I also feel like even let's say like they were people who inherited money from their parents, or maybe got their job or whatever from family. What's to say that they aren't really working hard in those jobs? Like I think we're picking like worst case scenario of like, oh, Nepo baby, don't do anything, but you know they have a job anyway and they might not like do anything. But there are some people who, even though they are inheriting certain things, a job, money, whatever, they are still working hard to maintain those things. Because it's like you could give, like if I built a company and I give that to my kid, like good for them, but also they can fuck it up within, I don't know, whatever short time that I give it to them. So it's not like necessarily saying like, oh, these kids that are getting these, I guess, like help in the beginning, that they're not working hard to like maintain whatever is passed down to them.
I totally agree. And I have seen like kids who actually scale their parents' business a lot more, but I have seen kids where they just do an okay amount of job, they just party a lot more, and they boast about it. And I feel like you shouldn't have the ability to boast about it and just act like you're doing shit.
And I feel like that is also a byproduct of like social media and people flexing on like what they have, right? Like I feel like nowadays people aren't really living more for the moment. Like it's like, oh, what can we do so we can like post about it, right? Like so maybe that's what we're seeing in the sense of like people flexing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love that she's like so great. I wish I could be eloquent as her. So I just want to like mention like she's been she's great. Here's the thing, Arnold. I want you to repeat that question. Go back to that question. Repeat it right before I'm about to give this massive answer, and I just want to do a trigger warning a little bit. So go back to the question like the trust fund child. So repeat that question to your viewers and look in the camera. And then I'm going to look into the camera, guys. Look. Okay,
got a director in the house.
Remember what?
Okay, look into the camera. Repeat that question about should something about trust fund and privilege.
Like, should they be allowed
to? What was the question? Yeah, it was not about boasting. It was about something else.
Should they be allowed to not work or something like that?
And then
okay, I think I know what you're saying. So.
You don't know what I'm saying. Just repeat the question.
Okay, I'll repeat the question. The question is, should like kids
take a shot, by the way, before I'm about to say this shit.
I don't need to take a shot.
Okay.
Should kids, like, if they're just going to inherit their parents' money and just do jack shit, is that responsible enough?
Okay. What I'm about to say. So I come from nothing. I've never lived in a big, massive house. I've never had resources. Okay. I'm in this house. That's a very massive house, as I like to say. And I've never been in a massive house before. So one from, a devil's advocate, one may argue if you're saying the things that, like, I should judge you. You get what I'm saying? Because we're from opposite upbringings. You have a family that has resources. But do you see me judging you in that way?
That's different, though. Because
I'm not done yet.
What we're talking about, what I was talking about is that a kid that inherits money and inherits, like, a job. What if this kid who came from, like,
I'm
a
not
good
done yet, though. Like, let me finish.
Family.
He's being defensive, folks. Let me just let me just wait.
And was self-made.
Yes, I didn't get to that point of the fluff yet. You didn't let me get there.
Go ahead.
Wow. Shows character, doesn't it?
Go ahead.
So with Arnold, like, I was like suspecting. So I lost my car. So this is coming from me. Like, I worked really hard where a lot of people lost their jobs. Unemployment is on the rise right now. I lost my apartment because I can't really say. I will tell you guys privately. I lost my apartment. I lost my job. My whole team lost their job. I had to move back to this hometown with my family. And my family, we don't have resources. I've never had a house. I've grown up in apartments and not having my own room. I have not had any privacy. So I looked at my mom. I was wondering, let's see if she makes a comment, because I know what house I'm coming to, and that you've had a lot of upbringings and resources, but I never judged you. I never judged anyone in this city that had more resources for me. But I will admit that my younger self was like, why me? Life's unfair, da 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 da. No. So you come from a like upbringing, but I always deemed you as that guy. Like, I looked at you when I was a kid. I was like, I think that guy's gonna be someone someday. And I really, like, he's different from all the people that are in our hometown. And even though he has different things from me, I know that he's humble and he works hard and he makes something of himself, and he doesn't let his upbringing define him and his wealth. And I know that you work hard. You do multiple jobs and you go away from that label. But I'm going to tell you, I've met trust fund babies. Yes, I would get jealous or mad, but that's like something that has to do about me. It has nothing to do about them. Just because I was born, we have a genetic lottery when we come out of, sperm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, just going off that.
Yeah.
Do you
think
that...
No.
Yeah, it's going off of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that people... it kind of goes back to, like, people are always judging, right? So I think that's the thing that kind of divides people. Mm-hmm. Do you think that it's like old money versus new money, right? Like the whole trust fund baby, which might have more resources. Yeah, like someone who might have more resources versus someone who is self-made. So they're going to judge each other. Even though maybe they financially stand on the same ground now, they judge each other because it's like, well, I had to do so much to get here, but look at you. So I think
it's not about being self-made or having resources. It's more about like having resources and being lazy. So if you're also having resources and just counting on your parents,
it's also character.
Business,
it's also character
and their network, rather than someone who just has those resources and purposely doesn't pursue those resources because he wants to be self-made, then there's a difference between that. And that's why, I mean, you guys, I'm just gonna be honest right now, like what we were talking about is we're obviously talking about me, right? Because obviously I've come up from a good upbringing, like what you said.
But I'm not going to get your character or judge you in that way.
Yeah, and that's what gives me more of an authority to talk about that. It makes me more
motivation to be like you.
Yeah. So that's why I'm more able to judge these other people who come up also from a good upbringing, but they're also they're very lazy people like that who just count on their parents. So that's why I judge those types of people. I don't exploit my parents for their network and connections that they have. I work hard and that's why I judge those people like I do. And that's why it also kind of goes hand in hand with like these trad wives, or that just want to do what they want to do and be lazy, or what you said earlier about, I don't think people, men or women, who want to do what they want to do are wrong. I feel like they're wrong, because if you have all these resources and you're just piggybacking off of it, like for example, your boyfriend's rich and you're just doing jack shit, that's wrong, because you're not even being responsible as a human being, and that's a bad quality.
What if like you have someone that is like your partner is starting a business, and then like you don't do anything, but then you're helping your partner build their business?
There's a potential for that, but if you're not doing anything,
okay,
yeah, so if you're just like shopping, like what we talked about, just a girl who just likes to go on shopping sprees, that there's no potential with that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna like post on YouTube about, oh, I got this, let's do a Louis Vuitton Gucci bag review. If you know what I'm talking about. Box opening. You know what I'm talking about. Oh shit, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god.
Do you know what they're talking about?
Yeah, it's like
there's
some halls. Yeah, like kind of like a hall, but it's more like so if, like people like influencers, they get like brand deals or something. People send them like boxes, so they do like, oh,
what if she makes more money as an influencer? Like, I don't.
But that's the thing, like,
I feel like that's very niche though. Like, for you to go shopping or like to make money off of something like that, because there are some people who are quote unquote influencers online, but they put themselves into massive debt to flaunt this persona that you know, like, oh, I got this blah 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 and I want to review it. So I guess there's a difference, but you know.
Turn that light on.
Oh yeah, the sun's going down.
Trust fund babies. I've met good and bad.
No, but I understand where you're coming from, and
I get it. Yeah.
I think we were maybe getting a little off topic, but
totally off topic from trad wives. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this still goes hand in hand with trad wives.
No, it does go hand in hand. Yeah.
Because trad wives,
you want to see that a man can take care of you.
But what if he could just like pay his way in? Later on, he abuses you physically.
Whoa.
I've had a guy yell at me and make a scene at a Chinese restaurant. He's white. I'm not a traditional woman, but I went on a date with a traditional man. And
do you feel like you're more turned on when a girl like offers to pay, or like she pays for something later?